Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting a bow bun. I have taken inspiration from the movie Turning Red, and in either the beginning or the end of that movie there was a short film about a bow bun, and it was really cute. So this is the picture of the bow bun, and yes, I just want to paint something like this. So first I'm just sketching the bow bun onto my watercolour sketchbook, and I was going to have his arms just as part of his head, but quickly realised that he did need a body, otherwise it would just look a bit weird. And this is the basket. I think it's like a basket to steam rice in, and I just thought he needed a friend as well. So at the end of this I just get a kneadable rubber and rub out the harsh lines. So I finished the picture here, and I am just picking out some brushes. This is the jar that I decorated in a previous video, and these are the brushes that I will use. This is a Tintoretto brush. It's a travel brush, but it has a very fine tip, so it's great for detail. Then I have this mop brush from Skoda Ultimo, and this is just for big washes. And I've got this Pro Art Saberline size 0, again just for more detail. I use that quite a bit. And then this Skoda Versatile, I think it's called, and this is extremely thin, and again I use that quite a bit. These are my brush holders. I got these out with every intention of using them, but just didn't use them at all. But I got these in Japan, maybe 15 years ago now. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm now just using the mop brush to put in some, I've got titanium white from the Roman Schmoll collection, and I'm just using this to do the first layer, and I'm adding in a little bit of a darker mix. I think I put in some Van Dyke brown to do some of the shadows on the side of the face. I'm going for a slightly darker colour for the bow bun in the background. And then this is me doing a wash on the cloth. I went in too quickly with this darker colour. It was too wet and it just started cauliflowering everywhere, so I had to go over a lot with a darker pink. It wasn't ideal. And then this is the wash for the background. I forget to miss out some of the paper for that second circle in the eye there, but I will go back over this with some white gouache a bit later towards the end, and that works quite well. And yes, I gave them little mouths as well. The shading in this, I struggled quite a bit with, and I think the end result is okay. I find it difficult to let watercolour do its thing. I think watercolour tends to just do it at once. You don't have a lot of control when you're using as much water as you do, and so I do find that frustrating with watercolour, especially if you're making something that's quite specific, and it's not trees or things like that. So I let this dry overnight, and I've put some lines in here to redo the fabric, because I had guessed it the first time round and used my imagination, but this time I actually got a ball and put it on a pillow to have a reference that I could use in this painting, so that it just looked a little bit more realistic. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this version, although I'm not so happy with the colour that I chose to do the shadow. But we'll see that in a minute. So this is me going in with the shadow. I've gone for a bluey purple, and I'll use a bluer version of this colour to do the shadows on the bell bun. I didn't like how the brown turned out along the edge of his face. It just looked like he had a shaved beard. So I do go back over that, but here I'm just putting in some lines and then using just some water on the brush to diffuse the harshness and create better shadow. I am not very patient when it comes to watercolour, so I tend to put too much on too quickly and try to layer a lot sooner than I should. But I'm just adding some more shadows on his body here, and then I'm now going to do the this is a little detailed bit. I think it's where they tie the wood of the rice basket, and they just clasp it together with these intertwining bits of thin wood. Yeah, this took a little bit of time to get the shadow how I wanted it to be, and I put some lines in here to give it a bit more texture. So I wanted these eyes to be sunken into the face, so that you got the impression that the brow bun was puffy and soft. But I also wanted the eyes to pop out as if they were little eyes on a teddy bear, for example. I don't think I achieved that. Instead, they just look very, very creepy. And I'll show you what I did at the end to try and fix that. I think the colours are just too dark. I thought they would lighten more than they did, but they did not. They did not lighten, and I think that is the key with watercolour. You should always start light and then gradually move to the darker colours. Otherwise, you'll end up in my situation. So I let it dry again. I am just going over some of the detail, putting in some more shadows where I can. I keep having to tip it up so I can see better. This is just a glaze that I put over. And then you can see me now using the gouache to go over the eyes, and I'm adding a little bit more detail and some highlights here and there to just give it a bit of depth. I really tried to make those eyes pop, but I just didn't get the effect that I wanted. Just adding a bit more shadow there to the basket. And yeah, just trying to sort out some of the mess. So I'm just adding some white dots with gouache in the background, just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. This is the final piece. I go back over the shadows in the eyes and the shadow in the fabric to give it a bit more depth, which I'll show you at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.